ordinary till you see the core side of it.
And what you're looking for is a story behind the news.
We bring it to you from Lagos, the commercial capital of Nigeria.
Giving you all sides and political stories round the clock.
Every detail from the start line to the final whistle.
CoreTV News, expanding your view.
Good afternoon, and thank you for joining us on CoreTV News on the hour. I am Ebulomo Adekunle. Apparently dissatisfied with the outcome of the just concluded governorship election in the state, the Osun State chapter of the People's Democratic Party and its candidate, Iyolo Mishiri, have said the party is going to take its complaint to the Election Petitions Tribunal. This was part of the resolution reached after an extraordinary meeting of the party in Osogbo. The state chairman of the PDP, Chief Ojo Williams, moved a motion that the Osun gubernatorial election was marred with fraud and irregularities and that the state PDP should reject it in totality. The motion was seconded by Alhaji Halidu Tiamiyu. A communique which was signed by the PDP chairman described the election as robbery of the electorate. The communique says the PDP in the states rejected in totality the outcome of the results and that it would contest it until the mandate of the state, which was stolen, is returned. The communique praised and commended the people of the state for coming out en masse to vote for the PDP. Another nurse who treated the late Liberian American Patrick Sawyer in Lagos has tested positive to Ebola virus. This brings to 10 the number of confirmed Ebola cases in Nigeria. Health Minister Onyebuchi Chukwu, who disclosed this at a press conference in Abuja, says 177 people are under observation after making primary contact with the index case.
It's only a few days since the late Patrick Sawyer brought the Ebola virus into Nigeria, and already the casualty figure is climbing. 10 cases have now been confirmed, including the index case. All affected Nigerians are said to have had contact with the late Liberian American.
It has been 22 days since EVD first landed in Nigeria. As of today, 177 primary and secondary contacts of the index case have been placed under surveillance or isolation. 9 developed Ebola virus disease, bringing the total number of cases in Nigeria to 10. Of these 10, 2 have died, that is, the Liberian American and the Nigerian nurse, while 8 are alive and currently on treatment.
The new case is a health worker like others. And although the minister, as usual, will not disclose her identity, but he disclosed that she is a newly married nurse.
She doesn't have children, and it's only the husband she's been in contact with. So the husband is under surveillance, yes. Only the husband? Only the husband, newly married, and only 2 of them live in the house.
The health authorities say Nigeria is collaborating with local and international partners to contain the virus, but the minister is also looking forward to doctors calling off their strike.
We are still discussing with the NMA. We are still pleading with the Nigerian Medical Association to ask its members to return to work. While we are still doing that, we've not gone to bed. We're not sleeping. There are doctors who are not part of the strike, and they've been taking part in the management of these patients. As of today, for the treatment of Ebola virus disease, the NMA strike is not affecting it. But that is not to say that we don't want doctors to work. We certainly want doctors to work, particularly now that we want to be sure that in every other state we don't have the problem. So we're still in touch with the NMA, and we hopefully they may even call it off this week.
The Nigerian government is convinced that its efforts to check the spread of the virus will succeed. But for now, the number of confirmed cases is now in double digits, with over 100 people either under observation or in isolation.
Hepatitis is a medical condition defined by the inflammation of the liver. It is characterized by the presence of inflammatory cells in the tissue of the organ. Hepatitis may occur with limited or no symptoms. It often leads to jaundice, poor appetite and malaise. A medical doctor, Olawusi Manuel, says hepatitis is a global health problem.
One of the most important ways in which a lot of people have hepatitis are, in fact, a lot of people around the world have hepatitis, they don't know. Some get to know around 40-something, 50-something year old. And a very important mode of transmission is vertical transmission. Vertical means from your parents. Like as you are giving birth, you are giving it. So even a lot of these parents don't know they have it. Fecal contamination from food you eat. Like if you go to any restaurant, the hygiene is very poor, and one way or the other, maybe sewage, where they are getting their source of water, maybe another sewage or soakaway somewhere around there, and it contaminates the water. Now they take the water and use it to wash their plates or their cutlery, or they use it to prepare food, and they serve you the food. And by the time you eat out of that, if you're unfortunate to have the hepatitis A virus from the sewage that has gone all that way into the cutlery, into your food, by the time you eat it, you get it. It can even be from person to person, sharing cutlery, maybe two lovers doing love on a date out and sharing cutlery, you use the spoon, you put it in the other person's mouth. If the person, one of them happens to carry the virus, the other person gets it and all that. So essentially hepatitis A is fecal-oral from you. But B, C and D, they are transmitted through exchange of body fluids. Body fluids in the sense of blood, sexual secretions, those two mainly. So sexual intercourse, you can get hepatitis B, hepatitis C. Then blood transfusion, that's why we screen a lot of the blood we give our patients. It has to be free of all these viruses and all that. So those are essentially the important ways of.
It's the CoreTV News on the hour. We'll take a short break and we'll be right back with more. Don't go away.
You can now watch CoreTV News live from anywhere in the world on our website, www.coretvnews.com. Click on Live TV on our website and watch us live.
And welcome to CoreTV Primetime Days.
To follow us on Twitter, click on Twitter icon on our website. On Facebook, click on the Facebook and YouTube to see all our previous news production. You can also watch us live on YouTube. Click CoreTV, leave a space, then news. CoreTV News, a 24-hour news station.
All new on Bodyworks.
Welcome to Bodyworks, the fitness, wellness, and lifestyle show.
It's often difficult to believe.
Infertility is a condition that can actually be cured.
When you say cured, I actually find that very difficult to believe. I'm sorry.
Being an autistic child doesn't necessarily reduce your lifespan.
Let's kind of start with gonorrhea.
They call it gono.
Gono.
There's something we call plaque and calculus. Plaque is a soft teleneous material that adheres to the surface of the teeth.
And it could be life-threatening.
Most children who have enuresis and the bedwetting, about 8 out of 10, I can tell you, will have the disease. It's called juvenile diabetes.
There are a lot of diet pills out there, and there's no weight loss pill in a bottle. Okay. Point blank.
Are you saying that it's okay to bleach?
Depends on how you do it.
And then,
when the fibroid does not disturb the woman, we don't disturb the fibroid.
Well, that's been our show.
Showing every Saturday at 7:30 p.m. Bodyworks. Live right, be fit, and live well.
Thank you for being there. As Burundi prepares for its presidential and general elections in a few months, analysts are worried that a violent trend noticed in political campaigns may lead to crisis if not checked. This report takes a look at the worries expressed as a result of a youth mobilization for campaign. The report.
These protesters are all members of the youth wing of the NCDD-FDD, the party that has governed Burundi for almost a decade. Known as the Ibonakure, they are rallying their supporters ahead of next year's presidential election.
In taking part in this march, maybe now others will also have a desire to ask for membership at the very heart of our party.
The group claims to have millions of members, though others estimate their number to be in hundreds of thousands. While this rally is good-natured, Ibonakure activists have been accused of harassing civilians and violent acts against political opponents. Emmanuel belongs to an opposition party and says he and his friends were ambushed.
The Imbonerakure threw themselves on us and beat us with cow horns and iron bars. They attempted to rape 2 girls who were with us. We resisted, but there were lots of them. They hit me here, on my head, and I had to go to hospital.
Emmanuel claims no one was investigated for the attack. The head of the youth wing admits there are problems but says there are isolated incidents.
1 or 2 in Imbonerakure may commit a crime. We're not denying this. But it is important not to globalise, to generalise, but to denounce the people who committed this act of violence. They need to be tracked down and punished in compliance with the law.
The number of reported incidents have fallen in recent months, especially after the UN voiced concern that weapons could have been distributed among some of the youth wing activists. But rights groups in this small Eastern African nation are still concerned.
There's a risk that these youths who act as though they are a third peacekeeping force alongside the army and police are really a militia. Once armed, this militia risks becoming dangerous. They may even begin to act like the infamous Interahamwe, who kicked off the genocide in Rwanda.
Many here still remember the civil war that ended in 2006 after more than a decade of bloodshed. They fear the campaign for the presidential election, which is just months away, could spark a fresh conflict if not handled maturely.
And that's the news for this hour. Do join us again, top of the hour for more. Thank you for watching. I am Ebunlomo Adekunle.